Mr. Hamel, it is 7 o'clock. I am recording and you do have a quorum.
I call the February 9th, 2021 meeting of the Newton Planning Board to order. As chair of the Newton Planning Board, I find that due to the state of emergency declared by the governor as a result of COVID-19 pandemic and in accordance with the governor's emergency order number 12, pursuant to Executive Order 2020-04 and most recently extended by Executive Order 2021-1, this public body is authorized to meet electronically. Please note that there is no physical location to observe and listen contemporaneously to the meeting, which was authorized pursuant to the governor's emergency order. However, in accordance with the emergency order, I am confirming that we are utilizing the Zoom platform for the electronic meeting. All members of the board have the ability to communicate contemporaneously during this meeting through this platform, and the public has access to contemporaneously listen and, if necessary, participate in this meeting telephonically or by using the Zoom website. We previously gave notice to the public of the necessary information for accessing the meeting, including how to access the meeting telephonically. Instructions have also been provided on the town website. If anyone has problems, they should email the planning board office at planningboard@newtonnh.net. In the event the public is unable to access the meeting will be rescheduled and adjourned. Please note that all votes will be taken during this meeting shall be done by roll call vote. Also, in accordance with the governor's emergency order number 23, pursuant to Executive Order 2020-04, and most recently extended by Executive Order 2021-1, the Planning Board is relieved from the statutory and local requirements to meet on a particular schedule or a certain number of times within a given time frame. The Planning Board is also relieved from complying with statutory or local deadlines for accepting, hearing, and acting on Planning Board applications. Note that the attendees at this meeting, your microphone and/or phone will be muted. The board chair will specify when the public comment period is open for the application. Town staff will be in attendance at the meeting to manage the public comment process. If you are participating online with the Zoom program, click on the hand icon at the bottom of the screen. This will raise your hand so that the moderator knows that you wish to speak. If you are participating by phone, press *9, which will indicate to the moderator that you wish to speak. When it is your turn, the moderator will unmute you and let you know that you can share your comments. When speaking during the meeting, please announce your name so the administrative assistant can know who is speaking as he takes the minutes. This time, I would ask Mr. Doggett to call the roll of members and alternates.
Mr. Hamel,
Present and alone.
Ms. Estabrook,
Present and alone.
Ms. Collier,
Present and alone.
Mr. Foote,
Present.
Mr. White is excused, Mr. Andrews,
Present and alone.
Mr. Cromwell,
Present.
Ms. White,
Present and alone.
Mr. Sforza. I don't see any. Mr. Zlot, Mr. Zelinski.
Present and alone.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. At this time, the first item on the agenda is committee reports. Annie, do you have something to tell us?
I sure do. I want to thank you, Roger, for bringing it to my attention and therefore to act on about the need to follow the purchase policy for the town and what it is. They no longer have a sole vendor one on the purchase policy. It was last updated last year. in order to do that, we need to have 3 quotes, if at all possible. And we do have at least 3 for the survey. So one of them is the one from RPC, from Jen Rowden, for $3,500 to do the survey and tabulate it and help with distribution. The UNH, I hope everybody got a chance to look at them. UNH is another vendor with their survey department, and they also gave us samples of surveys, and they came up with two quotes, one around 9,000 and one around 8,000 for similar to work to what RPC has proposed. And then the third is a freebie, which is being done by, actually a fourth, because we have 2 from UNH, is being done to be done by members of the steering committee, and to put together a survey based on what's going on in the town and gaining ideas from a couple of the several surveys that we've looked at from other towns. I emailed Jen to see if there's an option for us to give survey questions and for her to put it on their software with the caveat that it's not RPC's questions, and therefore help with distribution and tabulation. And I don't think we haven't talked about that, so I don't know if that is an option or not.
In short, Annie, I can't really give you a quote on that. I haven't run it through my business manager. One thing I will say with the survey that we would do either way is because of how the social media platform that we use and the survey software we use, it actually at no point says Rockingham Planning Commission unless we just put in that we are assisting the Newton Planning Board with distribution of the survey. So there's nothing that says RPC on any survey that we would put out beyond that little caveat.
Okay. So the steering committee for the master plan did meet, and we voted at that time unanimously to recommend RPC for $3,500. We did not at that time have the UNH survey options, nor had I, over the last few weeks, I've had the experience of doing surveys and putting together some and learning to use Google Forms. And so that has become also a viable option that we could look at if we want to conserve taxpayer monies and not spend the $3,500 or 9,000 or 8,000. So those are basically the options.
I think the RPC option, the way it is probably the best thing. I really feel like in terms of even designing what kinds of questions, it is helpful to have a third party involved. And if your committee has recommended we go with that, I think that the planning will go forward with that. Already, appoint an alternate. Both of them have served recently, right? So Barbara, you'll be the voting member for White. Is there any comments from the board about what they want to do with the contract?
Oh, this is Sandra. Yeah, I think the RPC would be good using them. Like Roger said, that they might have some good questions formulated, and maybe they can better distribute it out to the other platforms, or make sure we cover, as many people as we can in town.
This is Barbara. I agree. I think that the RPC is a good choice, but I also want to commend Annie and her committee for doing such a good job, such a complete job.
Thank you.
Jennifer, it's Edvin. I just have a quick question.
Sure,
So sorry about the baby in the background.
no problem.
So with going with RPC, now how would you guys distribute the whole survey? Would it just be social media, or would you guys have hand printed surveys as well? Or
So our quote does not include doing any sort of mailer. There is the option with the software that we use to have paper copies that we could certainly have made available at the town hall or the library that we can code and then scan in. If the planning board wanted to mail them out, we can provide what would be the paper survey that could then be put back in, but that was not part of our quote. So we would primarily use a combination of the town website, social media targeting, the unofficial Newton Facebook pages that are probably the best bang for your buck, having done quite a few of these surveys before. But we can also put a little blurb in the local papers as well. There's probably not a lot of traction that way, but we usually get pretty good results by using the town website, announcements at planning board and select board type meetings, especially because they'll be on your cable access, and then using social media.
May I speak? Roger?
Yes, go right ahead.
I did want to say that there are a few other options too that we've discussed in our committee. One is obviously using cable and having announcements on there, having paper available at the library, and or we can ask if the post office boxes would allow it. Sometimes the post offices will allow some paper distribution of town business, and we can check with that. Also, the school newsletters, we can put options in there for people to be able to respond. So there are a few others in addition to the ones Jen mentioned. Also, one other thing. We were hoping that we'd have the survey available by the time it was election day, so we could kind of encourage people to fill it out there. I don't think that's going to fit with our timeline. I think it's going to be available afterwards, but we can certainly have a poster about it at election day so that people are aware it's coming.
Any additional comments? Does anyone want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion. I'll make a motion that we recommend to the Board of Selectmen, I guess, that we hire RPC to, per their quote, to prepare and tabulate a survey for the visioning part of our master plan.
Actually, I talked to Nancy about to ensure the correct process for this, and she says what we should do is tonight you would make a recommendation to accept the RPC quote, and you could then actually take a separate vote to authorize me or the chair to sign the contract when it arrives, because we're an elected board and in our budget, following the purchasing policy, actually the board can spend the money. It doesn't have to be signed by the select.
Oh, okay. That's what, you know what, that's what I thought. And I went to Nancy and she said that we had to go through the bookkeeper and do it, through the Board of Selectmen. Or maybe it was, I might be misspeaking. It might not have been Nancy. It might have been Diane. But, this is the way I thought it was going to be. Yeah.
That's what Nancy told me yesterday.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Roger, is that a contract you're talking about?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100%. I think the board is the only one that can sign a contract.
So for some reason, I know that the planning board signs the RP contract.
Okay, like I said, I'm not 100% sure, but if you are, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I remember signing it.
So I made a motion. It hasn't been seconded yet, but it was.
I'll
to
second that
recommend-
motion.
So, your motion included recommending to the selectmen. I think, do you want to alter your motion to basically accept the quote?
Yes, I would recommend that. Yes, I'll make a motion that we accept the quote for RPC.
And I'll second it. This is Barbara.
Any additional comments on the motion? If not, Mr. Doggett, will you call the roll?
Mr. Hamel,
Aye.
Mr. Cronlick,
Aye.
Mr. Andrews,
Aye.
Mr. Foot,
Aye.
Ms. White,
Aye.
Ms. Collier,
Aye.
Ms. Estabrook.
Aye.
That's unanimous.
But now I think a motion is in order to authorize the chair to sign the contract.
I'll make a motion that we authorize the chair to sign the contract. This is Annie.
This is Barbara. I'll second that.
Once the contract is available from RPC. Okay, any comments on that? And if for some reason that doesn't, if I talked to Nancy, so I'm sure this is the right process. So, Mr. Doggett, will you call the roll?
Mr. Hamel,
Aye.
Mr. Cronlick,
Aye.
Mr. Andrews,
Aye.
Mr. Foot,
Abstain.
Ms. White,
Aye.
Ms. Collier,
Aye.
Ms. Estabrook.
Aye.
That is 6 yes, 1 abstain.
Mr. Foot, are you unsure of the correct process? Is that your reason for abstaining?
I'm trying to get you the answer now. I'll have it in 20 seconds.
Okay. So if you find different information, you can get back to us and we can return to this before the end. Yeah, we definitely want to do it whatever way is the right way done.
Roger,
Yeah?
just so you know, we should be able to get you a contract within the next couple of days. Either
Uh-huh.
way, for however you need it signed.
Fabulous.
Yeah, if for some reason it needs to get signed by the selectmen, we'll get it to them, get it signed.
Roger?
Yep.
This is Annie. Should we make a motion that in the event that there is a different procedure, that you be authorized to follow that procedure to get it to the proper channels for signature?
That sounds like a great idea.
Okay, I just moved that.
Second.
Wait a second.
Okay. Are there any other comments? Not, Mr. Doggett, call the roll on that vote, please.
As soon as I finish writing. Mr. Hamel,
Aye.
Mr. Foot,
Jim, can you read that again? I'm sorry, I was on the phone.
in the event the procedure differs from the one discussed this evening, Mr. Hamel is authorized to get the correct signatures.
Aye.
Mr. Andrews,
Aye.
Ms. Estabrook,
Aye.
Ms. Collier,
Aye.
Ms. White,
Aye.
Mr. Cronlick.
Aye.
That's unanimous.
We say, Jen, we're looking forward to working with you and getting this going. So thank you. And thanks for that nice timeline.
Yeah, sounds good. I think the spring you'll get a good feedback. Great.
I think it'll be great. Thank you.
By the way, who seconded that?
Barbara?
I did. Sorry. I
No
didn't
problem.
say who I was. Sorry about that.
Annie, do you have anything else? Or that takes care of it for now and move to the
That-
next step?
Well, there's one other thing, which is that the Board of Selectmen have agreed to send a memo out to all boards and committees and conferences and whatever else they're called in town to strongly encourage their participation. There are two levels that we're looking for from them. One is for them to give either bullets or a few paragraphs as updates on what's going on in their departments. And number two is to have a point person to gather and get survey answers from their memberships. So the Board of Selectmen is helping us with that.
Great. Thank you very much.
Yep.
I think that completes committee reports, unless, Barbara, you don't have anything to report on your committee
I
yet.
I do not right now.
Okay, that's fine. The next item on the agenda is the NEPR manifest. We received in the email yesterday a manifest for $229.49.
Move to pay. This is Barbara.
I'll second. It's Edvin.
Okay, any comments? Mr. Doggett, will you call the roll?
Mr. Hamel,
Aye.
Mr. Cronlick,
Aye.
Mr. Andrews,
Aye.
Mr. Foot,
Aye.
Ms. White,
Aye.
Ms. Collier,
Aye.
Ms. Estabrook.
Aye.
That's unanimous.
Okay, next item on the agenda is the acceptance of the minutes of the January 26, 2021 meeting.
This is Annie. I move to accept the minutes of the January
26.
26, 2021 meeting.
Second, Sandra.
Okay.
Any comments? Not, Mr. Doggett, will you call the roll?
Mr. Hamel,
Aye.
Mr. Cronlick,
Aye.
Mr. Andrews,
Aye.
Mr. Foot,
Aye.
Ms. White,
Aye.
Ms. Collier,
Aye.
Ms. Estabrook.
Aye.
That's unanimous.
Is there any other business? If not, I would
Well,
like to,
I have a question.
yes,
I just have a question maybe for Jennifer. The regional impact for the RPC. Do we have that?
Yes, we do not have a date scheduled yet. We're hoping to have it scheduled by the end of the week. I would anticipate early next week as the likely date, but as soon as we have a date, I will let the whole board know.
Okay. Does that get
And
posted anywhere?
Technically, I mean, we post it on our website, but I'll also send it to Jim for posting on the Newton website, and then also Glassdoor will receive a notification as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
any other comments or business?
Is this a record?
Excuse me?
Is this a record?
Again, I do want to
Definitely.
note that one of the candidates for the board also chose to join us tonight, and I do want to warn him that this is the shortest meeting we've had all year, and we usually have, when we're dealing with applications, they usually go a lot longer than this.
Roger, don't tell him that. We actually want him to run.
Well, he's running. So.
Well, he might drop out now.
It's nice to meet you all. I do appreciate a short meeting, but I'm sure there'll be more exciting ones to come. So it's nice to finally see some faces and hear some voices.
Okay, thank you very much. With
Thanks.
no other business, I declare the meeting adjourned at, 7:23?
Sounds good.
7:25.
7:25, okay, thank you very much for all attending.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Good night, everyone.
Thank
See you
you.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Back. So thank you, Jim, that went well.
Very well. Minutes should be done Thursday.
Hopefully, unless Larry finds a chink in them thing, but if he
No,
does,
Actually, I
What?
spoke with Kim,
Yeah,
and she said that your signature is more than adequate. And
okay,
I just have to give her the minutes that show the motion to engage RPC,
uh-huh,
and it will be paid. Does have to go
Okay.
on a selectman's manifest, that's.
if
in
Nancy's good with it and Kim's good with it, that sounds like we're fine.
Yeah. Yeah, once you sign it, the town is encumbered for it.
Uh-huh,
So hopefully Jen will get it there. I may call you Thursday and say, come over and sign. And that way I can get to Kim for
Thursday, you're there,
noon to 8.
okay, fine, because again, I'll be there probably 3, 4 o'clock,
Okay.
somewhere